All right, man. I wonder who is the best team in the SWAC right now? Good question. I think I know the answer though. I'm just saying I could be wrong, but you never know. Could be the Rattlers. Anyways, let's get started.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started. Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
HBCU Digital Network. This is home to Herb Stewart and the Black Techies. This is the Fangs Up podcast, and man, oh man, it's been a crazy Thursday. I ain't gonna be lie. Like we did shows, Bible study shows, every day. It's good times, though, man. Woo. So if you're a Rattler though, come on in, join in. We don't bite. We just strike. A strike is worse than a bite, but you know how that goes. So on today, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the happenings of FAMU athletics, as always. But we're going to talk about this upcoming visit that the FAMU football team has against Mississippi Valley State University. Also, we are going to talk about a little bit of the home games we got going on. FAMU volleyball is coming home, staying home actually, because they really weren't on the road. We get two of the Mississippi teams at home. And we're also going to dabble into this golf team and touch on the cross country just for a second. Then, of course, I know what brought you here. The devil's in the details. We're going to talk about this FAMU versus Mississippi Valley State game. Well, just because they've been getting their tails whipped by everybody else. Don't mean the Rattlers going to do it too, but they should. So FAMU cross country, they got the FSU invite coming on. That's at Appalachia Regional Park. And one of the things that Tallahassee is getting a little, recognition for is cross country, as well as horse. It's not even horse racing, but it's like equestrian sports. There we go. I was trying to find the right word, and then it came in and it clicked. FAMU got a little popularity for that, and it's a good thing. We're able to see that the city's been able to host some sports. I believe we hosted the SWAC Championship the other year for cross country. It's a good thing for the city. One of the things I've been pointing out that I felt like every SWAC team, every SWAC member school should host at least one championship. I don't care what it is, whether it's volleyball, tennis, what have you. Every SWAC school, in my opinion, should host at least one conference championship sport. So, Tallahassee, we got one. Might get two in football that right. Let's go, baby. So we're gonna see though. FAMU golf team though, they got second place at the BCGCA Black College Hall of Fame golf tournament. Okay, I can take that, and we see where I'm at the see if we can get coach. And I said I can ask him. I might catch him on St. Clair's show round one. How much can be attributed to those new facilities that you got? You remember the golf team just got some new facilities, pretty much like a Top Golf on campus. I think it's actually open to the students. So a lot of stuff like that, like they share. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. And then volleyball, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Mississippi Valley State is going to be coming to Tallahassee volleyball. Make sure you know the difference in sports. 2 o'clock at the Al Lawson Center. If you're not going to watch the football game later that afternoon, go support the ladies. It's fun. And I got to give credit where credit is due. Victor Duncan does a really good job. Like Victor Duncan, if you're a Tallahassee native, used to be Victor Duncan, your man in the morning, 96.1. But since he's kind of done some different things, but he still does Rattler athletics. And he's still good. To me, it's still good. I'm sorry. He has a little shaker, nice little home field advantage. Definitely is much better when Victor D's in the building. They're gonna flip that over. Jackson State's on Sunday, Lawson Center, 1 o'clock. Good times. Hopefully, we get a little something out of that. Now with the football team, I know that's what brought y'all here. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. We're also gonna bring up some of those things they talked about the 220 Club a little bit. I'm gonna go on and jump on that. I do appreciate AD Sykes kind of jumping in front of some of that, like just kind of wearing like, nope, Buchanan, my decision. Now, ONG kind of got her back because I ain't seen no email address for her. Pretty sure you could guess it, but I don't want to guess it and then I tell y'all the wrong thing and then y'all messaging me. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I don't miss Cannon. In the stands, it's all right, but man, when it's on the field, man, nah, you can keep that thing. Like soon as it's about to go off, it's like, oh crap, I gotta run, especially if I'm in that end zone. Nah, man, not missing it, not at all. It's loud, but nah. But that's just for me. Like, I'm not trying to speak for everybody, not trying to speak for Rattler Nation in this case, just speaking for Keith. I don't miss the Cannon, but at least she owned it. Like it came off better than whatever that parking situation was. And look, by homecoming, can y'all fix that gate situation at Perry Street? Like both gates, they should be open. Just put some extra, put FAMU PD, TPD over there, and had them right by that area. It allows some of your older citizens to have easier access to the stadium instead of having the southern part open on Perry Street, which is like the last gate. Which that's great for media, but for your older people, like Perry Street is part of the pop and circumstance that makes you want to come to brag. So I'm just saying, like, let's fix that. But this Mississippi Valley State game, man, team's a little banged up, and we're leaning on depth, which is at this time of the season really not that bad of a thing. Like you're playing against a team that, honestly, man, this should be a lead company. Man, this game ought to be over by half. Like, but we do have some issues that we've seen with this football team. FAMU's yet to put together a complete game. None of the Tallahassee teams have. Like, neither of our teams in Transfer Hassy have done anything about that. Yes, I did just say Transfer Hassy. If you put on a T-shirt, give me some credit. Because look, I can't name another city with Division I football teams that have been impacted the way FAMU and Florida State have in a positive way by the transfer portal. But the leader on depth, Coach Stevens did mention that in 220 Club, and if you missed it, it's pretty solid. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, go back and watch it. They did a really good job of recording it, and it pretty much tells you a lot. But in that one, look, they had some shot callers, 20-inch blade on the Impala. They was in there. Look, Dr. Robinson was there. AD Sykes was there. Some of the board of trustee members was there. Of course, head coach Willie Simmons was there. I'm just look for $25. Look, y'all got to talk to the big dogs. And look, if you want to get your heel back, you should have been at that one, cause baby, they was there. Like they was there for that one, and they were answering some questions. I give them credit. Like I like it. I like it when you don't shy away from telling the truth. All right, and sometimes it sucks, but at least they were honest. But this is a game where they ride the bus. Like, oof. If you've never ridden to Itabena, my God, that's a long ride. And Coach Simmons kind of talked about it. Like, that's a long ride. It's a tough environment. It's an 8 to 9 hour bus ride. Man, you're going to know people better than you ever known. On the way back, I promise you, some of them cats going to be on dietary restrictions. Like, you can't have no milk. You can't have no cheese. Oh, milkshake? Not for him. No, sir. He ain't going to be standing up the back of my bus like that. Like, I'm just telling you, They're gonna have to make some stops. Like, hope they find a Buc-ee's on the way, and you go just wear them out because you are going to be closer to people than you ever thought you were going to be after an 8-hour bus ride, and they're staying in Jackson, so it's like you're staying like an hour and a half away, and then getting on the bus game day. Like, it's and I can't complain about it because I've been to Itabena. There's nothing there. It's like it's the college and Moorhead, and yeah, no, nothing there. But that's what part of what makes it so tough. Like it's the travel to the area. It's the difference, as Willie Simmons pointed out, in atmosphere. Like you've been in sellout stadiums all season. Like let's just call this what it is. After last year, attendance was kind of like meh. My home attendance was off. And it largely because you had one game that kind of got messed up because of hurricanes. This year, look, if FAMU has a season that we project the team to have, there is no reason that you don't hit 100,000 fans coming through those turnstiles this year. Like, just think about that. Like, you just went up there and asked the city for another 15 mil, but you about to pack out Bragg. Homecoming sold out, like for all intents and purposes. The secondary market is the only way you get in. Like, you better find something. And I'm hearing $200. At least that's what Brian said on ONG last night. Bruh, like, I'm just saying. Look, I ain't got one on me, but I'm going to keep it a whole buck with you. I'll be blessed if I pay $200 to get in Bragg. Especially when I know some of y'all paying $200 to come in there, look cute, and leave at halftime. Heck no. No, ain't no way. The what? No. The heavens? No. $200 to look cute? Man, my clothes ain't cost that much. Nah, doc. I'm just saying. I ain't hating on it. It ain't tricking if you got it. But me, personally, I ain't taking a little disrespect. No, sir. $200? And park it. Man, please. Okay. So this environment, it ain't gonna be Bragg. It ain't gonna be, honestly, it's probably, if we're going to like scale it, close to what you had in Miami. Like, if the FAMU folks didn't show up in Miami, nobody showed up. Like, respectfully, that Jackson crowd was sparse. But you can't get mad at them. Like, you got to really understand, like, it was sparse for a reason. Like, that thing was real suspect for a real good reason. Like, they just had a classic in Atlanta. Then they had Boombox right after the FAMU game. So you sandwich them between the two places. It's not going to happen, Captain. And 100's not going to Mississippi. And I ain't mad at them. I'm sorry. Like, unless you got like a good $200,000-$300,000 to commit for them to go to Itabena, man, please. You throwing $500,000 in the wind because they can't stay in the city. Like, folks really got to start thinking about this. Like, the band is not covered by athletics. Nah, man, that's a bad investment. Then you're going to have a potential SWAC championship. Potential. Look, I ain't crowned nobody. Don't put me in that clue or that group, that clique of people who over there crowning stuff. Y'all rattlers love to claim stuff. I ain't one of them. I ain't claimed nothing yet. So let's just, keep that there. I'm not one of them. Definitely not one of them. But I'm just saying, in the event that you go to the Celebration Bowl, you will have had to have the team play for the SWAC Championship and then turn around and transport them to Atlanta. I'm just saying. Money don't grow on trees. But this is going to be an interesting game. This is the home opener for Valley. They don't win a game. I'm just going to keep it real with you. They ain't won a game. And they lost to 2 Division II teams. So to a certain degree, I'm glad one of our players might or might not go because he was talking trash after the games. he was messing with Alabama State bad. Like, you ain't do nothing. You lost to a Division II team. And it was like, dang. That brother got a point, though. You didn't do nothing. But they did lose to the Division II team. If you'd have said at home, bruh. Because he wasn't lying. But it was just the fact that he really didn't have a great statistical day. But he was right. They lost to the Division II team at home. Now, the crazy thing about Valley, this is their home opener. They played 2 Division II teams. So you lost to one Division II team at a classic. You lost to the other Division II team at their stadium. When was the last time we saw an FCS or FBS school lose to a lower level team at their stadium? Like, I'm just saying, like, I get it with Delta State. That same Delta State program almost beat Jackson State in 2021 when Prime was there. So anybody who's over there was trying to clown us with, West Florida, everything else. Look, y'all know me. I'm not petty, but I am petty. When it comes to data, look, men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. Jackson State almost lost to Delta State. So that's why when the folks try to heat up and warm up that West Florida stuff, whoa. You almost lost to Division II team. Such as you. Judge not lest ye be judged. You better sit down somewhere. So, but getting back to Valley, they're not very good. Like, I could be nice to you. And I appreciate Coach Simmons. He be being nice. And he be political. He made a nice political statement about their coach. Like, first year head coach, about 4th, 5th game, he's gonna be figuring it out. And I'm like, man, ain't nothing to figure out. They suck. Like, they got one of your former players over there, and he was okay. But at the same point, bruh, Valley ain't got it. Like, and it's not one of those things where, and I guess that's why I'm not on the team, because I can overlook them like I want to. Look, this is one of those games where hopefully we don't just walk in there knowing what we can do. Like, this is going to be a game you're going to struggle to get people's attention. Like, until something big happens. And I'll be honest, if I'm Simmons on the bus ride, I'm showing the game from last time we were there. So that way it's like, look, some of y'all were here when we almost lost the Valley. Like, I ain't gonna lie though. Them announcers, I'm with Vaughn. Them Valley announcers are everything. But Valley's not a very good team, man. Like, they try to be balanced though. Like, when they play against Central State and North Carolina Central, statistically, very balanced. Delta State, they leaned to really the pass because they couldn't run. And their offense is anemic. Like, my high school coach would have called them boys piss poor. Like, they are not very good. And some of it is just what it is. Like, I could get some makeup and slap it all over that thing, but it's a pig. Like, it don't matter what I say to make it better. Their offense should struggle against FAMU. And the reason I said should and not going to is because it's football. So you still got to play the game. But in this case, man, FAMU should walk out of this game still with the most sacks in the conference. And FAMU's DBs, I'm just saying, that press coverage is going to be real. Because when the head coach say the same thing the pundits are saying, bruh, because Willie Simmons sat up there and said, our corners are playing too soft. Like, he didn't call them soft, but he called the coverage soft. When he said that, I was like, okay. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and run. I don't see nothing wrong. Look, I'm telling you, it's gonna be press coverage all day and all night. Like, I'm sorry. Excuse me for putting a little Robert in there. But look, Smitty, man, coach, I want to see. I anticipate some press coverage. Like, I'm just saying, with those defensive linemen and them linebackers, and FAMU's been blitzing the linebackers more. Like, check the film, and it's not even like the sneaky blitz where I was like, oh, you can sneakily blitz. Man, I said a major one. Jordan Moore, them boys walk up to the line, practically slap that helmet like, it's mine. I'm coming. Line up in that gap and go. Like, it's a different level of aggression this year. It's like, and I don't know if it's just because we know the talent level we have on the defensive line, but it's like, we've not seen this before. Like, this is a defensive coach saying, middle fingers to all of y'all. I got the better defense. Deal with it. And if you burn one of my corners, cool. But we're going to play a strong, mean, nasty brand of defense. And FAMU does. Like, I'm not trying to hype nobody up. I'm not trying to hype up Major, Moore, Bowler, General Hunt. Look, Dunn. But them dudes, FAMU's defense is just different this year. And a lot of them are coming back, especially on defense. Offense, you're going to lose some receivers. Y'all saw we just got that commitment. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more on Saturday. Like, we're gonna tie that into the instant reaction a little bit. But look, because FAMU got another local product wide receiver, former commit to University of Oklahoma, played at Rickards, coming back home, 6'3" receiver. And I saw Scotty's and I was mad because he took my take before I took it. Look at FAMU's receiving core. Look at what they're bringing in. Like, I'm gonna get back to Valley in a minute because I know but we got size. Like, I'm sorry, the receivers ain't as tall as me no more. Like, all of a sudden, and the tight ends are starting to play receivers. Look, we'll get that in 30 seconds to a minute. Back to this Valley offense. Look, it's not gonna happen. They need to establish the run. They're not gonna be able to do it. And the question is really, can that quarterback get any time in the pocket? And that's the struggle. And it's not a doubt of Valley's offensive line. It's just saying FAMU's defensive line has been that dominant, even against teams at the higher level. Look what FAMU's defensive line did against FBS talent. When we played USF, they were raising Cain. They're wreaking havoc. Like, they created havoc plays with a FCS level team. You're a lower level team, but you were giving USF the business. And if not for those turnovers, that might have been a different game. Like, I'm not going to hit you with we should have won that line. We could have, but we mucked it up. Just being honest. But I think Valley's going to struggle to get 10 points. Like, the only thing that's really going to save them in this is fatigue. It's that 8 to 9 hour bus ride. It's the hour and a half ride from Jackson to Itabena. That's going to take something out of the team. But everything else, look at a neutral site. Look, Willie, if you're watching, I'm going to say it for you. FAMU by 40. Like, FAMU should win by 40. FAWTY 40. Like, 40 low. We gonna get it. I'm telling you, like, FAMU should wax the boys. Now, will they do it? Yeah, I know we be playing around. Like, I'm just saying. The defense don't play no games. But this offense, Boy, I told y'all, man, about kill himself last week. That joker jumped on the fence. Bro, don't die. Cause you that joker would have rolled over that fence. I would look, had he survived, boy, I'd have been pointing and laughing all day. Look, I'd have cried. Really cried. But Valley's defense, they got a couple big guys, and they do have a FAMU transfer. So they got a little bit of talent. And to me, their defense is actually better than what a lot of you think. Like, and I pointed out early in the transfer portal when I was doing the preseason prediction, they brought in some corners, they brought in some linebackers. And when I watched part of the Central State game, the corners were straight. But the problem is going to be, can they stop the run? And I mean, you're talking about FAMU where, we be trying to run the ball, but yeah, it ain't been going so well. But this is a team. You ought to get 100 yards rushing. Like, if you don't get 100 yards against Valley, you might not get that again until Lincoln. Yeah, when you play them Trojans, I mean, Oaklanders, whoever. You might as well play Lincoln High School. But, yeah. Now, with that offensive line, now you got a lot of injuries. Willie Simmons said we're down to about 12 linemen. So maybe you can lean on some of the second team and just run the ball more. Like, I'm just saying, can we try to get the running back rotation in, wear them boys down? Because if not, and Musa slinging that rock, I ain't gonna lie. Man, Musa might throw for 500 yards. If Musa is the Musa we've been seeing, like game one, that first half, Musa was Musaing. Like the Moose was loose. Then he got rained in. In South Florida, I don't know what that was. But West Florida, that first half, it's just continuation in South Florida. But that second half Moose, oh my God. And then honestly, go check Moose from Alabama State. Moose put his hoofs in that game. I'm just saying, like, the Moose was putting in work. Look at his stats. Yeah, we had some drops. He does have a fumble. I think that's the second one too. Like, that's kind of a red of alarm. That's a red alarm. Like, just hey, you gotta protect the ball just a little bit better, bro. But this could be a game. Yeah, Musa might lock in and throw for 500 yards. Like, I'm just saying, like, yeah, this right here. This in Texas Southern, this might be where Musa gets that SWAC player of the year. Offensive, yeah. Let Musa throw for 4 touchdowns. Look, I'm gonna say it on wax right now. Slap the table. I got Musa going for 320, 3 touchdowns on my mama, auntie, sister, kids, as the children like to say. I got Moose for throwing for 300. I'm gonna say it because I think our receivers are that good and they're fast. Like, them boys from Valley ain't seen this kind of speed, boy. Whoo, like, bruh. Let me tell you, I gotta quote Mr. Brown, bruh. Like, I'm just saying, FAMU's offense, Moose might get loose early. Like, I would love for us to run the ball, but yeah, I've been telling you about Gassett. And Oxidine might come back. Like, look, we ain't seen Day as much, but Riley, Gassett, Oxidine, yeah. And then Man It Go is back. Because look, I'm just telling y'all, he be out there standing on the outside. We used to call it the flanker. Old man. What you played? I played the flanker. So you were like the X receiver? No, I was the flanker. Okay. He over there at the flanker. Man, it go to the corner of the end zone. I'm telling you, that's going to be a problem. Like, FAMU's receivers are going to be a problem. The fact that we've been able to utilize our tight ends and stretch them out as receivers, because some of them actually have receiver speed. Come on, man. It might be a problem. Look, Junior might get in the game. Like, heck, Trey Fisher might get in this game. Y'all already know. Like, this could be one of them ones. Look, is Jumbo off? Look, I'm at that game right there. I'm gonna get me a private flight with Texas A&M stuff all over. Oh, laying right there by the field. Like, my boy gonna play today. They gonna kick some tail. If I gotta sign plays to Willie, my dang gum self, my boy get in. Like, I'm just saying, like, FAMU really should do that kind of damage. Like, and it's not being dismissive of Valley. It's acknowledging your skill level. Like, I've said this for a few weeks. FAMU football knows how talented they are. They do. Like, that's half the problem. Half the bleeping problem is that these dudes know if we try our best, we can win every game. Like, FAMU got a lot of that. FAMU football, we got a lot of that cool dude to us. Man, bro, I wasn't even much trying my hardest, and I still won by 20. Like, bro, come on, bro, man, they couldn't even compete with us. Bro, I ain't even sweating, man. Look, I still smell like cologne. Look, if these dudes had Jerry curls, they would take their helmets off and them things would still be moist and curly. Like, that's really what we're getting at this football team this year. They smell themselves. They know how good they are, unfortunately. But this is one of those games where I don't care how good you are. I need you to show up. Because this is one of those games, you can make us a little coin. Like, you could end up on Sports Center with some plays. Like, we just saw what Major did. Major just got himself a lot of attention. Like, Musa is starting to get a little attention because at the beginning of that game, they were like, he's throwing a lot of picks. Like, go back and watch the rebroadcast. At the beginning of the game, they're like, Musa's been throwing a lot of picks. And it's like, he just had a game where he threw like 4 picks. Like, you got to look at the stats, bro. Like, you're a little antiquated. Like, you gotta put that asterisk by the point that he had a game where he threw like 4 picks, 5, I think. Like, you gotta circle that. Circle that USF game, and then look at the Jackson State game, West Florida game, and then that's kind of closer to the real story. Tell y'all, Moose is like a 60% passer. But now when they catch all the balls, Moose is slowly creeping into them 70s. And with what we've seen from this offense, we're seeing new sets. We're seeing a lot of motion. Like, FAMU really has the potential to get out there in front of some of these teams. And if they really focus, a lot of folks like to say lock in. I'm over that. But if they really focus and key in on what they need to do, look, let's see what I did there. They can actually run rough shot through the SWAC. Like, there's only one team really in the SWAC that I would really be looking at, and that would be Grambling. And if I'm a FAMU fan, I can look that way. Now, if I'm one of the players, you better be looking at Valley. But Valley's got the best offense in the conference right now. And that could be some fun. That could be some fun. I done doubted Hugh Jackson long enough. Man. So this game here, this is where FAMU's offense should have their best production of the season. Offensively, the offense, if FAMU scores less than 30 points, you failed. You failed the test. Like, for this game, the margin of error should start at 35 points. Defensively, if you give up more than 10 points, and then defensively, I'm not saying as a whole, because somebody muck up and fumble again, and ball security has to be an important thing. then I could see something like that happening. But then special teams, this is something where you kind of work out some of those kinks. Like, this is a tune-up game. This should not be a game where in the fourth quarter, and I said quarter, sorry, we sweating. I should have my Babaco by the fourth quarter. Like, fourth quarter, I should be drinking, laughing, having fun, playing Xbox. I really shouldn't even be. Only reason I should have the instant reaction tuned up. Like, so that as soon as they walk off the field, I can, boom, drop it. Because this should be a game that FAMU just mauls the Devils. But it's going to be the small things. You got to make sure, as on defense, make sure you do what you got to do. Limit the stupid penalties. You got kids from Florida on this team. You already know what it is. Like, all of us that are from Florida, we know how other Florida people are. Like, the second you get away from there, man, look, you got to talk a little trash. I ain't no big trash talker. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I am the type of person where I'm susceptible. Like, you start talking trash to me, I'm gonna try hard. Like, I may not talk back to you. I may not even get chippy, but I'm gonna bust my hump. Like, just to prove that I can shut you up. This is gonna be one of those games where their best trash talker is gonna be on payroll, especially after you saw the Alabama State game and you saw how, look, trash talk kind of got in the way of that game. Like, and if I'm the refs, I let them know when we walk on the field, look, all that trash talk, you're gonna have to go to your mama. Like, this is gonna be one of the big parts. Offensively, offensive line has to maintain blocks. Musa, be smart with the ball. Like, I can only point to one point where it was like WTF with Musa in the last game. And that was at the end of the game where he's almost about to get sacked. He just heaves it. And the ball doesn't go as far as I think he thought it was going to go. Otherwise, man, Musa looked like one of them alphas. He was ice cold. Like, that brother was it. Like, he was on it. And we had some drops. And Willie was like, hey, drops happen. I'm like, yeah, but man, some of the brothers was open. Like, got to catch the ball, but got to come out healthy, man. Like that's one of the things, like, Coach Simmons kind of pointed a little tongue in cheek at it about the grass probably not going to be cut. Probably not going to be wrong. And grass probably going to be a little brown too. You know how to get down up there. But at the same point, like, you got to overcome those things. Make sure you execute. Make sure they do the small things. Those are going to be the things that really allow you to leave this game with a blowout versus another close game where you're over there sweating like, oh, crap. Because this is going to be a hungry team. They haven't won a game yet, and they're coming into the idea and the mindset that, yeah, we lost to two Division II teams. We can beat you. And this is our first home game. It's going to be an interesting environment. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually see more FAMU and UC Valley fans there, just because the area surrounding Valley is small. Like, it's not a big place. Like, it's a very rural city. I told y'all before, very nice people, but it's just in the middle of nowhere. It's like having a college in Havana or university. Like, it's just, yeah, I'm sorry for those from Tallahassee. Hey, Havana. I had to, make sure I proved to y'all I'm from North Florida. It's like putting a college in Havana. There we go. Kind of like that. The atmosphere is going to be that. Defensively, you got to tackle. Like, we've had moments, and we've gotten better. Like, I felt like I didn't see as many missed tackles in the last game as that. Man, them first couple weeks, Negro was throwing shoulders at people. Like, just, like, who you gonna tackle with that? You gonna wrap a man up? Like, what's the first thing they taught you in practice? Wrap them up. You throwing shoulders at people. Man, get out of here with that mess. Like, wrap people up, take them down. And look, if you can hold a joker up, so your dude can come and strip him. Hey, gang tackling. Like, all those basics that we learned in Pee Wee and high school football. Adhere to those. Like, use this as a way to get your basics and tune those things up. But then also in the trenches and dominate. Like, I don't even like to use that word. Y'all know how I feel about that. But really, this should be a game where FAMU, look, man, them defensive linemen should leave with it with 6 sacks. Like, defense should have 6 sacks, probably a pick or two. Like, they should obliterate this team, if we're being honest. And in coverage, and I told y'all, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and run. I'm just saying. Like, look, I want to see some press coverage. Like, and who better to do it against? Like, do it against teams that really are a bit hapless. Let these guys get their confidence up. Let them come out there and be like, yeah, I did this against Valley. And you be like, bro, it's Valley. But I'm glad for you. Like, do those kind of things. And special teams, man, almost cuss. Fix it. Look, like, what are you doing? That still got that weird kickoff lineup and people getting 30 yards on kick returns. You got Division II teams running to the 40-yard line. Ooh. And come on, kicker, you need to get your foot in it. Like, you need to see somebody, grandma, just sit up there, eat at the table, and have somebody put their foot in the food. That's how you need to put your foot in that ball. Like, come on, man. Should have got, look, if you don't went across the street, got a piece of that fish, like I got, whew, that lady put her foot in that. Sheesh, I'm having flashbacks. Lord have mercy. Boy, he'd have got a piece of that. He didn't know about put his foot in something. Like, put your foot in the ball and do your thing, man. And, like, kick it out. Like, I really want us to kick it out of the end zone. Like, if we can, stop trying to kick. Stop being cute. I think sometimes we mishit the ball, but sometimes we're like kick it in the sweet spot so they have to return it. And then thinking that if they return the ball, they won't get as many yards as if they just take the fair catch. No. Kick the ball through the end zone and lean on that defense. That's it. At this point in the season, you got the best darn defense in the SWAC. Let them do what they do. Like, I mean, it's like public sweet tea. Is it the best tea you ever had? Nah. But is it good? Every time. Let it do what it's going to do, baby. Like, just kick the ball to the end zone. Let the defense be. Stop trying to be cute. Like, offensively, stop trying to be cute. Keep it simple. Keep it basic. Don't put much on film. Get in, get out, go home. Now, if you want to get fancy and get freaky and let Musa get that 320 I was talking about, though, I'll forgive you for not getting that 3 that I needed in Miami so I could get my Jackson State loss by 20, even though we still beat them in the Orange Blossom Classic. I'm just saying. Always a good time to remind you. FAMU went down to Miami and beat Jackson by 18. Talk trash for 2 years again. Anyways. So, but look, this could be the Mississippi sweep. Like, I'm just saying, them boys could, look, sip. Might be a nice little land takeover. You know, we got FAMU Bama going on. Got a FAMU Mississippi next. Excuse me for the dirty laughs, but I'm just saying. Like, I'm excited, though, y'all. It's going to be some fun. We're definitely going to do an instant reaction after the game, man. See if I can link up with the boys from ONG. But if not, y'all know I'm still doing my own thing for sure. I'm going to have fun either way. You know me, I ain't got no sense. We're going to have some fun, though. I'm going to watch the game. There are also watch parties going on. I do know the Orlando chapter, actually, for the Southern game, is doing a watch party. So I ain't going to lie. We might see what that's about. Like, might have to roll over there and see what them good people doing over there with the FAMU alumni chapter here in Orlando, Florida. So, but good times we had, man. Get ready, y'all. Again, FAMU volleyball home game. I forgot to mention FAMU softball's got a scrimmage going on. I did tell you about the cross country team, and of course, we talked about the football team making that 8 to 9 hour ride up to the Delta. God bless them. I ain't gonna lie though. While you up there, get some catfish, man. Ooh. And they used to have some all you can eat catfish places up there. My man, bless your soul. Sheesh. But anywho's, let me get ready. We shall see y'all Sunday, 8:30, right here on HBCU Digital Network. We might move the time around. We'll see. We might, but if so, we'll let you know beforehand. But we definitely going to do an instant reaction after the game, kind of what we saw, what we didn't see, what we liked, what we didn't like. I will try to put it at a scheduled time like I did this past week. I like that. That way I can send it out there and you know what time to watch and I know what time to be there. Makes it fair for everybody. So HBCU Digital Network, this is home of Herb Seward and the Black Techies. Herb, you know we love you, man. Even though we beat those Hornets, it's not petty. It's all love. But man, come check us out, man. Be prepared. Herb does some great things with Band Podcast. And look, if you see a brother in the street, come holler at me, man. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, follow, all of those things, man. We trying to get to 1,000. You know, that's our goal. Trying to get 1,000 subscribers. So let people know. Tell them that we faithful, we consistent. We're gonna be all season long. Basketball season, we're gonna make a couple games too. Like we do this all year long. We stay with these Rattlers. But since we stay with these Rattlers, y'all know it's gonna always be Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started. Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Dorsey, have it!